everyone, this is Pathak and you're watching my channel. Today I will talk about the chapter number 5 of NMHStan's 5th edition, which is Hospital Infection Control. You can also see the Instagram ID on my slide, which is Healthcare for You Forever. Please follow my account, I will be highly grateful. I will talk about the intent of the chapter and the standards of the chapter. So let's get started. Okay, so now I'll talk about the intent of the chapter. So the organization implements an effective healthcare-associated infection prevention and control program. The program is documented and aims at reducing and eliminating infection risks to patients, visitors, and providers of the care. The program is implemented across the organization, including clinical areas and support services. The organization provides proper facilities and adequate resources to support infection prevention and control program. The organization measures and acts to prevent or reduce the risk of healthcare-associated infection in patients and the staff. So this is very self-explanatory that the organization should have a hospital infection prevention control program, and it should aim at reducing and eliminating infection risk to patient, visitors, and providers of the care. And it should not only be restricted to clinical areas, but it should also include the support services. Now the second point obviously is very self-explanatory, that there should be adequate resources and proper facilities to, support the infection prevention and control program, and the organization measures and acts to prevent or reduce the risk of healthcare-associated infection in patients and the staff. So now I'll move on to the next slide to talk about the rest of the points of the intent of the chapter. Okay, the organization has an effective antimicrobial management program through regularly updated antibiotic policy based on local data and monitors its implementation. Program also includes monitoring of antimicrobials usage in the organization. So this point is self-explanatory. Second point is that surveillance activities are incorporated in the infection prevention and control program. This basically means that the data is captured and monitored, and this is included in the surveillance activities. Then third point is the program includes disinfection, sterilization activities, and biomedical waste management. So now I'll talk about the standards. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide to talk about the standards. Okay, so now I'll talk about the first standard of HIC. So the first standard of HIC is the organization has a comprehensive and coordinated hospital infection control program aimed at reducing and eliminating risks to the patients, visitors, providers of the care, and the community. Okay, so there is a hospital infection control program, and that program is basically a systematic program which helps in reducing and eliminating risks to the patients, visitors, providers of the care, and the community. HIC 2 is the second standard, which tells that the organization provides adequate and appropriate resources for the infection prevention and control. So in order to implement the hospital infection control program, the resources should be there to prevent infection and to control it. Then the third standard is the organization implements infection prevention and control program in clinical areas, and it also implements the infection prevention and control program support services. This is the fourth standard. Now we will move on to the next standard, which is HIC 5, which is present in the next slide. Okay, so now I'll talk about the fifth standard. So fifth standard states that the organization takes action to prevent healthcare-associated infections in patients. So organization takes action to prevent infections like surgical site infections, catheter-associated urinary tract infections. Then it also takes action to prevent central line associated bloodstream infections. So now I'll talk about the sixth standard, which states that the organization performs surveillance to capture and monitor infection prevention and control data. This basically means that the indicators for the hospital infection are being monitored, they are captured, okay, and this is recorded so as to prevent the further infections in the organization. The seventh standard is that the infection prevention measures include sterilization or disinfection of instruments, equipment, and the devices. So sterilization is basically done in CSSD, which is Central Sterile Supply Department, and there's a difference between sterilization and disinfection. Disinfection basically eliminates the microorganisms, whereas the sterilization helps in destroying the spores of the microorganisms. So it basically completely eliminates the microorganisms. The 8th stand states that the organization takes action to prevent or reduce healthcare associated infections in the staff. So the work restrictions are there or movement restrictions are there so as to prevent the healthcare associated infections. So this was all about the chapter 5 hospital infection control of NABH standards 5th edition. I hope you really like this video. I will meet you in the next video, which will talk about the chapter 6, which is patient safety and quality improvement. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you really like this video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I would be really very grateful. I will meet you in the next video, which will talk about the chapter 6 of NABH Standards 5th edition, which is patient safety and quality improvement. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Bye bye.